let me show you my kitchen garden. It is very narrow and small, around 1.2 meters of length and 2 meters of breadth. This balcony also only gets 2 to 3 hours of sunlight in winter and 4 to 5 hours of sunlight during spring. So because of partial sunlight, I can only grow few kinds of vegetables which prefer partial sun. But I never give up. I try new seeds and plant varieties every time. Tomatoes were the star of my garden this time. They gave me continuous harvest from December to May. And this time I also used the technique of companion gardening. That is, I planted few marigold flower along with my tomato plants. This helped the tomato plant for better pollination and prevented from pests to some extent. I planted tomato plants in hanging baskets. Thus, the gravity system helped the plants to produce more and was controllable. So I didn't have to stock them every time. And it also helped me to save space. As you can see in the picture, I planted few tomato plants. Apart from many garden techniques, I also learned the art of saving seeds from the season.